Hey, Vegas, guess who's back at the Hard Rock Cafe? Friday, November 4th, Jay and Silent Bob return with blunt-tacular entertainment. Then, on Saturday, November 5th, Hollywood Babylon takes the stage with laughs as big as Liam Neeson's cock. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old on November 4th, and HBO on November 5th at the Hard Rock Cafe in Las Vegas. Linky links to tickets for these and all Smodco shows at csmod.com. Yo, Solana Beach, California. Guess who's gonna get old live? Not old as in Christ on a popsicle stick, this is boring. I'm talking about Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, no facas. Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes are coming to the Belly Up Tavern on November 22nd. Don't miss the debauchery, Iggy Biggy. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, recording their podcast live at the Belly Up Tavern in Solana Beach, California on November 22nd. Get your tickets for this and all other Smodco shows at csmod.com. Red State DVD and Blu-ray available now at coopersdell.com. Get exclusive bundle packages featuring posters, soundtracks, t-shirts, signed scripts, wardrobe used in the film, and a chance to be a guest on air with Kevin Smith via Skype. Red State DVD and Blu-ray exclusive bundles now at coopersdell.com. Smirch alert, motherfucker, smirch alert. Go to smodcast.com/smerchandise to get your official Jay and Silent Bob iPhone 4 cases from Casemate. Choose from 3 different snoogerific designs. We got soft ones and hard ones. Hey, I'm talking about the cases, bitch. All emblazoned with your favorite Smodco icons, Jay and Silent Bob. Snag your iPhone 4 case for $39.99 and
protect the precious.
Smodcast.com/smerchandise. Yo, Canada. Jay and Silent Bob are going to be royally mounting you. December 7th in Vancouver, December 8th, Edmonton, December 9th, Calgary, December 10th, Saskatoon, and December 11th, Winnipeg. Their comedic maple syrup's gonna be gushing all over your Timbits. How's that for a visual, eh? Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, live in the Great White North. Linky links to tickets at smodcast.com/getold in Canada. Hey, Eldborg, Iceland. On November 11th, Kevin Smith will be inside you. Kev is bringing his famous Q&A to Eldborg Main Hall, talking movies, comics, sex, taking a shit, whatever you want to ask about. Hilarity will ensue. Kevin Smith, live at the Eldborg Main Hall in Eldborg, Iceland, on November 11th. Links to tickets for this and all Smodco shows at csmod.com. So, you're saying, yo, Sir Dude, I love Sir, and I want to show the world. Wear your Sir love with our official t-shirts, biatch. Fishies have no eyes. Let us fuck. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old. The Garmy. There's also posters, action figures. There's so many to choose from. Grab your smerch at smodcast.com. Scroll down and click on Smerchandise. Catch live video clips of Jay and Silent Bob Get Old and Hollywood Babylon on the Kevin Smith blog for the Huffington Post. huff.to/Kevin Smith blog. That's huff.to/Kevin Smith blog. Want early access to tickets for Smodcast Internet Radio's metric fuck-ton of live shows? Join Smodcast. For just $4.99 a month, you'll get CD-quality audio of every podcast you hear on Sir, ad-free. It's like watching porn without having to fast-forward through that goddamn plot. You'll also get bonus video content and other badass exclusives. Smodcast, where Smodcast goes save for pay. All the deets at smodcast.com.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Matt Paxton is our guest. What's up, brother? You have a great book that people could get on audible.com. See how I worked that in effortlessly and
nice
seamlessly. Secret Lives.
The Secret Lives of Hoarders.
Thanks for coming, man.
Thank you for having me, man.
You're a big get.
That's what I hear.
Really?
I find that hard to believe. A guy that cleans up shit for a living is a big get.
But you are a big get because you are on the show that everyone loves. And you're the guy that everyone loves on the show.
Everybody loves the shit I clean up. Nobody really... I'm still the guy that cleans up all the shit. That's what I'm learning.
Right, but I think like my wife and I, we've had entire podcasts where we talk, how you and I got on each other's radar, talking about like Randy Land and Sir Patrick, hoarders, blorders, animal hoarders.
Yes.
So we have...
What was the blorder again? What was it?
Blorder's the black hoarder. And my wife very innocently asked, is it black people that hoard or people that hoard black people? In which case,
we have more
slavery?
than I thought.
What?
We have more black hoarders than I thought. I used to say it was only old white women, but it's everybody now.
But that was your first experience with hoarding, was you had to clean out, it was 96? 2006? There's a
I
6
grew up cleaning up my aunt's house, and she was an old, not crazy, but she's just an old lady, and she never threw anything away.
Well, I'll tell you what, she wasn't not crazy. She may not have been crazy, but she wasn't not crazy.
No, she was different. She was, she lived on a different world than the rest of us. And actually, ironically, my wife and I lived in that house for 2 years. We actually had our first kid in that house.
After you cleaned it.
After we cleaned it,
You don't want your kid being born between like Jim Murray articles in the LA Times.
It was, she actually had every love letter that my grandfather wrote my grandmother during the war.
See, to me,
that was so cool.
That's the opposite of hoarding. That's collecting true treasures. Like that, if I found that in my mom's house when the time came and I had to go clean out my mom's house, and I found every letter my father wrote or grandfather wrote to my grandmother, love letters, to me that's delightful. But but it was all the other stuff.
All the other shit on top of it. Yeah, when you got 4 inches of dust, and at the time I thought that was the word. I didn't know what hoarding was.
Hold on, cool band name alert. We do it every week. 4 inches of dust.
4 inches of dust.
They're opening for Bad Brains down at Heebie-Jeebies.
It'd be my porn name, I think.
4 inches of dust. 4 inches and dust.
Exactly.
After 2 kids and not sleeping enough, you just shoot dust. So, what year was it that you went and cleaned?
Probably starting in the early 90s. I would clean every summer. I'd clean my aunt's house, and then it actually wasn't till 2006 I started doing my grandma's house. And that was, she just gave me, I was broke. I was living on a buddy's couch, and she just let me clean her basement.
Was your aunt a hoarder?
Yeah, I'd say so. Looking back, she was. We just thought, back then, no one knew the word. She was just an eccentric old lady. And she would save oh my God, she'd save every yellow newspaper bag that the newspaper boy would put in there. And at the end of the year, instead of giving this kid a tip, she'd give him back all the plastic
my
bags.
God,
that poor kid was pissed. And then she just stopped giving them back. And so she'd have 5,000 of these yellow little bags all folded up ready. So the intent was there, but she never followed through.
That seems to be a recurring theme when you watch Hoarders, is that their entire lives is intent.
Absolutely. 100%.
It's all intent.
I call it the fix-and-twos. They totally...
what?
The fix-and-twos. They're fixing to do this. They're fixing to do that. They totally believe in their mind they're going to do it.
And you see it mostly, I see it mostly when I watch Hoarders. When you open up someone's crafts, they lose their shit because they're making their fucking anklet line soon. They're going to be on QVC.
Craft supplies.
Get closer to the mic for me, sweetie.
Craft supplies kill me. Let me get the...
It's a lot of craft supplies, right? What is the most? You can hear me, right?
I hear you good. The most thing we find...
What is the most is what I asked off mic because I put on the AC.
I would say God, yarn is huge.
Yarn?
We find so much fucking yarn, man.
Do you think it's directly proportionate to what is accessible in mass quantities? Because a newspaper to a hoarder, each page has so much information on it. So I can see in a hoarder's mind one Monday New York Times or Roanoke. What's the paper in Richmond?
Richmond. Well, if we still have it, Richmond Times is probably almost gone.
Yeah, there's a sports page and there's an obituary.
Yeah, newspaper's tough because there's so many things going on there. The most hoarders are actually thinking positively. They're actually trying to do something for someone else. So a newspaper is tough because they value education, so it's information, so that's valuable. Then they want to give some. Most things hoarders hold on to is stuff they want to give to people because they want to feel. The real end of it, they want to feel loved, and so they want to save the day. They want to hand this article. Hey, Tommy, I know you like to eat, and because you like to eat, I got you this. I got you this article on hamburgers. And then in the back of their head, they're thinking, wow, Tommy's going to think I'm a great guy, and because I saved this article, he's going to love me. And that's what goes through a hoarder's head. Everything is trying to get self-value, self-worth.
And what never goes through the hoarder's head is that they don't see Tommy. They only see him like every other November.
Exactly.
Why is this blinking 23, do you know?
I think that's the sound volume, I believe.
Oh, okay. We're doing good. So your book, Secret Lives of Hoarders, I really enjoyed it. I was very surprised at how, I was reading Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, and you are like the perfect scenario. I don't know if you've ever read the book. He really just, like, winners. Winning.
Yeah.
Duh. But it's amazing, like, people like Jews that came over in the 1920s were great at garments, and they became magnets, where the Irish and the Italians, they didn't have a skill specific to New York City at that time, so they were laborers. Or everyone in the computer boom, for example, were all born like 1955. So right when the computer bubble, like, not burst, but when it just began to be a bubble, you got guys like Bill Gates and I'm going to get other guys' names wrong, but like the University of Michigan. He happens to go to the University of Michigan. He happens to be 20, and they just happen to go, here's this new wing of these computer things we're doing, and you can stay in there as long as you want. So it's not, basically the book just disproves that, hey man, I just did it and I just got famous. If there's so many variables that go into
time and talent.
Time and 10,000 hours, he says it takes. The difference between a virtuoso concert pianist and just someone that's like a piano teacher, 10,000 hours. But you're a guy who fits exactly into Malcolm Gladwell's outlier. You're the exception to the rule. And people look at you and they go, well, yeah, the guy just cleans houses, and A&E said, well, we're going to do a show about it. Why don't we just get this guy? But there's so many events that led. Much providence, which is in this book. This is why I brought it up. And you even explain a lot of it in Secret Lives of Hoarders. You began cleaning your grandmother's place, your aunt's place.
Yeah, I mean, I'll back up real quick. My dad died. I had a really bad gambling addiction. I was actually an economist coming out of college.
Where'd you go to college?
Went to Mary Washington College. It's now Mary Washington University. It was an all-girls school, and they were just converting over, trying to go co-ed.
And you and Peter Scolari dressed up like girls and made a run at it?
About 10 of us got in because we were dudes, and that's it.
Really?
Yeah, really. And it was awesome. It was like 80% girls. Of course, 90% of that 80% was lesbians. But we loved it, man. It was a good school right out of D.C., and ended up being a really good education. We didn't know. So I was an economist. Hated sitting at a desk, and I was an economist for Caesar's Palace Casinos, which is a cool gig if you don't have a gambling problem.
Were you in Vegas?
I was in Tahoe. I did a week in Vegas, and we already knew that was a bad idea.
And what was your game?
Blackjack, and I absolutely love craps.
Yeah, craps.
Do you have a mathematical?
The degenerates really.
Well, it's where you can lie to yourself the most and say, "Well, I'm smart. I can beat the house here."
Yeah.
I mean, they ain't pretty because the casinos lose.
Right.
At the end of the day, you're going to lose.
Isn't it the only game you actually can win at if you really have patience?
Yeah, mathematically you can break even on blackjack, but mathematically you can actually beat the house on craps. But it's tough.
But how? It's dice.
Well, you've got. I mean, yeah.
Are you getting like an itch the more we talk about it?
I always have. I love gambling. I just don't know how to say no. That's my problem.
Huh?
I know. I love gambling.
Right. What was the second part?
I don't know how to stop. I can't stop. When I start, I can't stop.
But
that's
is
my
me
problem.
talking about it going to make you uncomfortable?
No, I don't.
Are you going to leave here and go to Mohegan Sun?
No, I mean the same thing with you drinking. I don't care. At the end of the day, I've learned. I'm addicted to new things now. I'm addicted to dead cats. I'm addicted to piles of poop. I mean, my addiction is business, being a dad, and then helping these hoarders. So I'm still fully addicted.
Maybe put being a dad on the top of the list.
Yeah, let's put it top. I do.
Like you said, cleaning shit. Helping people, dead cats.
Yeah.
Being a dad is in there somewhere. Being a dad,
I believe it or not, I was not sure about being a dad. I wasn't sure how much I'd love it. And I mean, it's amazing. It's like the coolest thing in the world.
It really is like gambling where you just wait it out and you continually win when you're a dad. Because it is like, there are times when you're a dad where you feel like that penniless guy with a broken nose in the casino going, what happened?
Horrible segue.